is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's here. I'm Bram, and I can feel it in the air. I'm over here loving Lifetime Christmas movies.
It's here. Shoot me in the face. I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime Christmas movies.
I'm Alonzo, and I would be lying if I said that I weren't waiting all year for this time of year, including the Lifetime movies. And this
is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, Lifetime.
It's here, everybody.
We're about to kick off the season, but we're actually ending what has been an amazing, what is this now? 8 months we've been doing this? This off-season fun time Mondays with Alonzo?
Yeah, it's been a wonderful splash of Christmas.
All year long.
All year. I've enjoyed it, Alonzo.
I have too.
I've had a blast.
It's been fantastic, but also just to get to watch movies from other networks has been, by and large, refreshing, in my opinion. There's been some turds out there, but by and large, refreshing. Refreshing to watch movies not made by the Hallmark Channel.
And what a year we are coming upon here. The holiday season 2021 is it's a wild one.
The sheer number of movies,
just
unbelievable.
Wild.
Unbelievable.
We mentioned last week Peacock getting in the game, new players.
That's
it's very
right.
exciting.
And then we are we're 5 days away from the marathon. This Saturday.
Right. It's this Saturday.
Man,
hard to believe.
It's going to be wild out there.
And let's not forget that now in stores, I'll Be Home for Christmas movie.
Oh, man. What are you waiting for?
Guys, thank you so much. New York Times bestsellers. It just feels good to say.
It's unbelievable.
It feels good to say.
For now, 7 weeks in a row? This is crazy.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
Just stop it already. But seriously, just keep buying the book.
Yes.
Please do it.
I mean, our jet is not going to refill itself.
So you think that the book is allowing us to refuel the jet? That's what you think.
Well, we bought the jet.
Okay.
But we have no money for gas. We spent it all on the jet.
We just blew it all on the jet.
Yeah, that was on us.
That's on us.
We didn't know how much jet fuel costs.
Yeah.
That's on us. We thought it was just a straight unleaded plane.
Just an unleaded situation. Rolling down the
said
QT.
no go.
To Arco.
That's right. Yeah.
No go.
It's a no go.
It was AM PM.
I was very upset. Now, we got a real humdinger here.
Yeah, we do.
This was on Lifetime uploaded this to YouTube during Summer of Santas. You guys remember Summer of Santas way back then?
Oh, good times.
And I was thankful for that. It's a snow globe Christmas. And they said, you know what, we could put this on our platforms. We could put it on the stream, whatever. Let's just do this one straight on the old YouTube. We were very excited about it. Alicia Witt, Donald Faison, who didn't know was in a made-for-TV Christmas movie, but here we are.
Of Scrubs and Clueless fame.
Yeah. So I was very excited to dive into this one. And also was excited to find out if this was a sequel to Snow Globe or not. And with Christina Millian.
And the answer is... I don't know.
It does make for an interesting universe.
Yes, it does.
We will get into all of that. You guys want to break it down?
Let's do it.
Let's do this thing. A Snow Globe Christmas originally aired on December 14th, 2013, and it went a little something like this. Meet Meg. She is a hot shot TV movie producer gal who is on quite the tight schedule despite it being the holiday season. She is working her employees to the bone, and they aren't thrilled about working so much around Christmas. Meg picks up a snow globe, and Christina Millian dips low and says, "Hey, what you up to over there?" Meg is like, "Get away from me." And she's like, "Christmas." And here's a snow globe type of thing. Meg throws the snow globe on the ground. It bounces up, hits her in the face, shatters. She falls to the ground. She wakes up and she is in this very, snow globe type town. It's quiet there. And she's this guy named Ted, who she knew from college, but he's like, "You're my wife. We have 2 kids." She's freaked out by this. She's like, "Did I get drugged? Was I kidnapped? Am I on the set of a movie? What's going on?" And she comes to the realization this must just be a dream. It was only just a dream. However, the next morning, she sees Ted again, and she screams, and she runs outside. This can't be a dream. I woke up. What's going on? She's like, I can't do this. And so she tries multiple different things to try to get out of this, whatever it is. She can't do it. And Ted tells her, I am committed to helping you kind of come out of this and realize that you are my wife and that I'm in love with you. She then sees her real life boyfriend, Eric, Trevor Donovan, if you will. And he doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know her as his girlfriend or anything like that. She starts to throw some game at him. He's not upset about it. Meg then takes over the town pageant, decides to do tryouts instead of just drawing straws. And the town gets quite upset about this once she announces the roles and that her son got one of the leads. You know, big deal there.
Nepotism.
Then Eric tries to kiss Meg at a Christmas party. His wife sees this whole thing, gets very upset. Then Ted tells Meg that if you want something else in life, this is your chance. Get at whatever. The town folk get all together. They find out that the woods are being sold, which I didn't know could be done, but they're all owned by this one guy, and he's like, "Listen, the town has changed. If the woods are just gonna sell them. Might as well give in at this point." Meg is about to leave the town. She realizes I've done too much wrong here. Everything's bad for this town because of me, and then she gets this idea of how to save everything. I'm going to make the pageant a fundraiser so the town can buy the woods. The woods will then be owned by the people of the town. Yeah! The pageant's a big hit. She falls back in love with Ted after doing a little dance on stage, and she says, "Never wake me up." Suddenly, she wakes up. She's back on set on her movie. She tells her employees, "Go home, it's Christmas. It's a wrap on the movie. It's good enough." And I felt like that was some real life stuff right there. She takes the broken snow globe to a place that can fix snow globes. It's closed, but she finds out she can go to this cabin or something. Goes to the cabin. It's the cabin from the globe, sees Ted and Ted's wife. Goes inside. It's not Ted's wife. It's his sister. The kids, it's the sister's kid. Sister. It's the sister's kid. They look on the Christmas tree, and we see an ornament of Christina Millian. And who doesn't have an ornament of Christina Millian? He says, "Oh, that's my mom." What? It's this whole thing. They kiss. They're in love. 10 years later, still in love. And that, my friends, was a Snow Globe Christmas.
We did it. I mean, that had a Nelly reference in it and a Christina Millian reference in it. The only one we ever give on this podcast. Of course. But still, one nonetheless.
I mean,
we're doing it.
For me.
We're doing it.
Listen.
We are, hip with the cultural zeitgeist.
We sure are.
Dip it low and Just a Dream coming at you hot.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa.
It wouldn't be a Monday. It wouldn't be without a pussycat reference. Let's take a quick break, and we will come back. We'll break this movie down with our 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark. Hello.
We're back.
We are back. We're talking A Snow Globe Christmas.
Not the movie Snow Globe. Want to be clear, from
2007.
6 years earlier. Yes. That's right. Not
2013, A Snow Globe Christmas, Lifetime. Let's break it down. Alonzo, had you seen this movie before? What do you think of it? Give us all of that information and more.
I had seen this one. Okay. I unlike some people I know, I'm a fan of Alicia Witt in these movies, generally speaking. And generally speaking, I like the genre of either like these meta movies that talk about these Christmas movies that are about these kinds of Christmas movies, or Christmas movies that are about people who are inside snow globes or inside sort of whatever the perfect version of a Christmas is, and commenting about, what the limitations and artificiality of that sort of thing is. I think I have yet to see one that really works all the way through. I think it's a cool idea that no one is really quite taken with. And this one is, for the first half doing a pretty good job of it. And then it goes completely off the rails. I think there's an interesting idea here about somebody who makes Christmas movies and makes these sort of like fake Christmas things, suddenly finding herself plunged inside of one and sort of understanding what the rules are. But also this is, as we talked about last week, you know, a movie where the career woman not only has to sort of like, you know, learn what really matters in her life or how to be happy, but like she's the worst and makes everything much, much worse until she figures out a way to fix it. So I hated the fact that like that basically you have an idyllic town that is utterly ruined by this woman until she like has a third act revelation that maybe she needs to undo all the damage that she alone has caused. So it's a mixed bag. I like the parts that work, but there are a lot that don't.
I have come to terms with the fact that I love Alicia Witt. It is what it is. I don't know what took me so long, but
I don't know if you're caught up with that, but he's been saying for the last two we've watched that we're Hallmark classics. You've said, I don't know why I said I didn't like Alicia Witt, because everything she's in I like.
It's true. It's true. Aside from Maytag Man.
Maytag?
That's a tough one.
Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane.
Honeysuckle Lane. Come on.
It's a bad movie.
I will make a case for that one, but not now.
Yeah. Wow.
Man.
We should have
Somebody stayed awake for that movie. Wild.
We should have Hallmark Christmas Court.
Oh yeah.
Where we
boom, 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 boom.
Where we take
Alonzo Duralde claims that Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane isn't a snooze fest.
Dan says it's utter garbage.
Boom, 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 boom.
Will Alonzo be able to make a sweet claim this week on Hallmark Christmas Court?
It writes itself, really.
It's not bad. I don't hate it. Let's
Coming
keep
in 2022.
Let's
That's
keep
right.
workshopping that, guys.
Love it.
Yeah, I liked it overall. I had a good time. It felt long. The ending is insane. I have a lot of questions, and that's just the way I like these movies. I don't know what to tell you. I had a good time, and I thought Donald Faison was fun. He brought a fun nature to this movie, and overall, big fan. I don't know what you want from me.
I wrote down something Alonzo said. I'm paraphrasing, but there are parts of this movie that don't work. That really stuck with me, Alonzo, because it's true. The parts that don't work are, by and large, all of it. The exception, wildly enough, the story makes no sense, but the dialogue is actually really good in this movie. And I don't know to whom to give the credit. There are a couple people listed as the writers, Delandra Mesa
Tammy Trimble?
and Naomi Selfman. Naomi Selfman, Delandra Mesa. They're writing from a perspective where they clearly know a little bit about how these movies are made. There's some tongue-in-cheek dialogue that answers some logical questions with very illogical answers. But there's something about the dialogue in the movie that works. The story is unhinged, and not in a fun way that you can follow along with, in just a this doesn't make much sense way. The best I understand it, Alicia Witt brings capitalism to a snow globe and ruins it. That's as good as I have. But I'm not sure.
True that, man.
That is accurate because of what happens at the end of this movie. There are so many questions that I have. I'm not a Witt head like you two are, and Donald Faison is Donald Faison. It just wasn't for me. I will say this: it was better than the other Snow Globe by a mile, in my opinion. Where Christina Millian's in that Italian family, and there's that weird dude who's like a come to life. That was just an unmitigated disaster. This is just a standard disaster.
It's hard to be in a room with you.
Oh,
There are no roast geese in this
that's
movie.
right. Not even one. You think the Millian's better than this one?
I love them. It's
That movie's garbage.
It's basically what got me in the game.
Wow.
Without Snow Globe, there is no.
Which
Deck
one's
to
better,
Hallmark.
Alonzo? If you were ranking them.
I got to go with this one.
Yes.
But I think Christmas Perfection is better than either of them.
Christmas Perfection. I've never even heard of that movie.
But that's maybe also coming in 2022.
Ooh, you never know. I love it.
And I would like to see Donald Faison in more of these.
I think Donald Faison would be great.
He's fun.
Yeah, I think he'd be great in these.
Yeah.
He does a good job.
Let's get to all the feels. Part of the show we talk about what in this movie gave us feels. Alonzo.
I did write down Donald Faison feels. I
Yeah.
think he's really charming, and you know, I don't know if he did this one just as a lark or whatever, but like, yeah, he totally has the right kind of charm and sense of humor to do these. I have to say, as much as I'm happy that Trevor Donovan has, you know, made his way.
He's a
up
great
to
bad guy.
Number 2 on the call sheet. He's a great Baxter.
Great bad guy.
Because he is like uncannily attractive, you know, like
Yep.
to the point where
Ken doll.
you can't believe that nature created him. So like he is the perfect sort of like too attractive, you know, to live. For the heroine needs somebody who's more down to earth or whatever. And obviously, you know, yes, he's fine in the films where he's the lead, and that's great. But I really like him as a Baxter, and I thought that was a lot of fun. And I had some fun with the kind of meta comedy of it all. The whole like, this is real snow. We can't afford real snow, even though it's not real snow that she's picking up. You know, those things where she's sort of commenting on how these films get made and what's going on. You know, there are, like I said, there are some ideas here, but they don't really get to ever quite come to the place. But you know, there were some things I enjoyed along the way.
Yeah, my feels is that the meta-ness of it, especially her just at the very end coming to terms with the fact that, you know what, we did the best we could with the time that we had.
It's a wrap.
I love that because, boy, is that true, isn't it? Like, we got the 14 days. We're going to do the best that we can, darn it. And then we're going to be done. We're going to be done. And I love that they said it out loud. I thought that was great. It made me laugh.
Yeah, I think that the meta aspect of the movie is its best feature. But I was just like, I looked up Donald Faison because I don't really know what he's done of late. He was in Ray Donovan. He was in the Clone Wars. But
He's in the Scrubs podcast.
This
It's
is
really
the guy,
taking off.
but this is a guy that was in Clueless, Remember the Titans, and Scrubs.
Oh, man.
The royalties are not an issue for him. Like you know what I mean? Like he's not
hope so.
hurting
Would
for
hope
money.
so.
He can do what he wants to do, and so he clearly doesn't want to do these because I feel like they would hire him in a heartbeat, right? Like I feel like they would hire this guy to do this. You know, it's probably a long-standing offer to come back and do these if he wants to. He just doesn't want to because it would be great to see him in one a year for sure. I'd love it.
Because this is the Asylum, which is like, the Asylum makes Mar Vista look like MGM. Like these are the really low budget ones.
Yeah, that's wild. He must have had a friend or something. He was just doing it for him.
I don't know.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's all it feels I got.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get to the wait, what's, and the once in a lifetimes here on Deck the Home Art. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back and better than ever.
The last 2 segments before the countdown to Christmas.
Well, we've still got fall harvest, another fall harvest.
The last 2 segments of non-Hallmark
Oh, that's true.
before countdown to Christmas.
Of me.
That's right.
I
Here
think
it
you're going to
is.
be back in
Alonzo,
episode 1 of
Well,
season
okay,
3.
sure.
Yeah,
4.
this isn't the end of you this week, Alonzo. I just want to be clear. Like,
Fair enough.
You're
You know
on the
what's,
hook.
you know what's
It's a tradition.
what's crazy to think about is this is the last week of season 3. What
That's
a
it.
season it's
Did
been.
we get to 3,000 reviews?
Oh, man.
Trace, do a quick check on that.
We lost some in the truck.
Yeah. Truck got lost. Johnny iTunes gets
Johnny
us again.
iTunes.
Gets us again.
Man.
Man.
OG.
Oh,
season 1
that's
bit.
right. We're doing it. That was before Tracy.
No, that was before Tracy.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's before Tracy.
No.
But before we gave her a
tell
mic.
people that Tracy and Rig
Yes.
were around
Yes,
until
before-
later
before
on.
we
They
gave
were
them mics,
here.
of course.
We
Purely
just cut their
backstage.
mics off.
Of course.
We have audio of all of Tracy and Rig's stuff from season 1. We'll release that at some point. Don't worry.
I don't think this show's gonna make it. I think they'll be done in December.
Deck the Hallmark. That's terrible.
That's dumb name, huh? Dumb name.
Terrible name.
Will they come up without a
Were you
text
trying to
thread?
do? Were you trying to do my voice, Trace,
No.
just now? You
No.
kind of slipped in the rig a little bit.
I could never.
Yeah. Hope they don't do one for the troops.
No. Amen.
There's a whole Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead season 1
Yes.
of just the 2 of them. That's
Yes.
waiting to happen.
I love it. If Brand knows what that is, I will buy him a new car.
What'd you say? Something in the Deadwoods? What'd you say?
Busby Berkeley.
Busby Berkeley.
Yeah.
Let's get to the wait, what's here. Oh, man, I'm getting sad. I'm getting choked up. The end of season 3.
We've got a lot more to do.
I know, but the end of season 3, like it's just.
Yeah. It's not here
It
yet.
just hit me
Yeah.
that this is the start of the last week of season 3.
He's getting senioritis now.
It's been a great season, the most episodes ever in a season.
That's right. By a mile. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Wait, what's?
Okay.
Alonzo?
Oh, golly. Well, for starters, she is making a Christmas movie on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the crew is complaining about not getting to go home to their families for Christmas, and she is still making a Christmas movie. Now, granted, we know that Hallmark does, like, cut it too close to the wire. The very first movie you guys
This is
ever
a year
talked
out.
about,
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Christmas, they started shooting after December or so after Thanksgiving, and they aired it before Christmas Eve. So, if that's meant to be a joke about the tight timelines of these, okay, maybe, but otherwise it's a weird thing.
It's a weird joke. Then I think that it's weird that she's keeping them there that late when the movie's not going to air to the following year. I mean, come on.
Exactly. Unless the idea is, it's going to air that night.
Yeah,
What are we
tomorrow.
What are we doing?
That's right.
The premise, once she's inside the snow globe, is, and I did like the joke, by the way, when she's sort of caressing the snow globe and her assistant's like Bond villain. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
That was a good joke. Yep.
That's a good joke. But okay, so inside the snow globe, it is of course like snowy and cold and wintry in December and holiday and yada yada. And so you will see people wearing coats and wearing scarves and wearing sweaters. She spends a great deal of time in thin, silky pajamas outside.
That's right.
Without even a shiver.
That's right. Yep.
It's like, pick one movie,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So she and Donald Faison never sit down and have a conversation about, okay, we went out in college and to my recollection, we broke up, but you say that we stayed together and then we got married and then we had these kids. What are the timelines there? Let's sit down and talk about, like, when did we get engaged? And like, I think if I were her and thinking that I had like a concussion and couldn't figure this out, I would want to have some kind of concrete timeline of what he thinks our life together was, because it's all news to me. Yeah, and then just beyond that, the idea, like Dan said, like, she introduces, her big city ways and her auditions and her rejections and her, and capitalism, and pretty much just like undoes the entire town, which I will at least say, then if the happy ending is that they seize the means of production, then hooray. But I don't know that the movie necessarily had that in mind as its moral.
I mean, she threw competition. She threw real estate at them. There's several big ideas or big systems that she started the ball. She got that machine rolling. She did.
And if she had just given the guy who wanted to play Santa Claus a lozenge and let him
That's right.
do the role, then everything would have been fine.
Yeah, Babe Ruth from The Sandlot over there. Like, how can he not be Santa Claus? Come on.
Did they cast someone else as Santa? Did I miss that?
I guess they just didn't cast
I
anybody.
feel like the whole time they didn't cast anyone.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because at the end, they're like,
Hey, we don't got anybody.
We don't have Santa. You go put
We'd
this
rather
costume
have
on.
no one than you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
pretty tough.
You keep your money.
That's pretty tough.
Spotlight on stage, empty space.
That's right.
Better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I have a few. One point, they have to pay for a meal or whatever, and she says, "I don't have any money," and he says, "Check your pocket," and she pulls out a big old thick wallet. She didn't feel a ginormous wallet in her pocket.
That's right. Just part of who she is.
That's wild.
Man.
That's impressive. No one likes the song Toyland, right? Like,
it's terrible.
it's just the worst. No one,
Yeah.
and
The
the
theme
amount
is
of
your youth is done.
Yeah, but kudos to them picking a song that isn't Silent Night or Oh Holy Night or something like that. Like, kudos to them
Granted.
for that.
but that's their song.
Yeah,
That's
bad. Right.
that's wild.
Is
At
it
least they
any
don't
worse
dance the
than
Jingle
somebody
Bells.
being like, Silent Night's our song,
Yeah, but
and slow dancing in a
those are-
restaurant?
It's a good song, Silent Night. Like, I
But-
enjoy listening
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Toyland makes me be like,
it's a-
uh-oh, the world's ending.
It's a terrible song, but it's at least nice to hear something different in these
I
movies.
guess so. The name
both right.
the name of the place to fix snow globes is just called Snow Globes.
Yeah, it is, of course. No
Because
question
why
about
wouldn't it be? You got to fix the snow globes,
And
you go to
it's a-
Snow Globes.
It's a real Psycho Norman Bates situation, because basically he's just got a house up just up from his business that just is called Snow Globes.
Snow Globes.
That he lives in, which
Snow
is
Globes.
with his dead mom, and it's terrifying. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's not a great scenario there for Donald Faison.
Are you saying there's a mummified Christina Milian in the basement?
Well, we see her walking around, and we see an ornament of her. I don't, like, I'm saying that there could be.
We don't know there isn't.
That's right. That's right.
I had a lot of once in a lifetime, so I'm just going to throw a couple of them here in the Wait What's.
Do it.
Just to make use of them. I don't understand how the straws help you cast people in movies. The way I understand straws is you pull straw, the biggest one wins. Like
there's all the. Here's how drawing straws works. There's one short straw.
Right. I'm sorry.
The
one
rest
short
are
one.
even. The short one is the odd man out.
Right.
So typically you do it when somebody has to do something you don't want to do.
Yes.
Or
I don't know.
You do it like in Clue, where they're all different lengths, and then
That's right.
which length you get signifies something.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I want to know how the straws helps them cast each individual
Unless
character.
he had like the bottoms of them color coded and been like green is Joseph.
This is
red
quite the
is Mary.
system. This is quite the system.
Yeah, it is.
Shepherd 1, Shepherd 2,
That's right.
Shepherd 3.
That's right.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my last one is I'll save it. Go ahead.
So first of all, I want to give credit where credit's due. We always give these movies a hard time about making fun of fad diets that happened a long time ago. There is a paleo joke in this movie before I knew what paleo was in 2013. Like that is a more than fair joke. So it's not a wait what. I just want to give credit to the fact that probably
Cutting
was
edge.
actually cutting edge at the time. At one point, Alicia Witt says the line, "I'm freaking out," but her line delivery totally isn't. She just says, "I'm freaking out," just like that. Like Ben Stein would say it if he was freaking out. And I don't understand that at all. They're looking for Teddy Jr., who's run away, and they're like, "Teddy!" And then you just see a shot of him sitting in the woods, and he's like, "Hey, I'm right here." You're like, how far away in the woods? He could hear them, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm right here. Just come on over." Late in the movie, she gets these ornaments. She's still in the snow globe, and it's like, this ornament was when the girl's name was born. And this is a handprint from Teddy Jr. Teddy Jr. has the handprint of a velociraptor. It does not look there like there are even 5 fingers there. It looks like 4 long. I don't know what's happening there. That is not a child's hand. It is someone else's hand. At one point, she's talking to the kid as he's going to sleep, and she says, "Are you just waiting up for the jolly man?" Can we not say Santa Claus? Like, can we not say that out loud? Like, we got to say jolly man?
Waiting out for the Jolly Man.
That's weird.
He's
Just don't
trademarked.
say Jolly Man 3 times.
That's right. And then it'll just, in the mirror, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of your life, you're just going to be laughing like crazy. It's unbelievable. I want to be clear. A lot of license in these movies are taken when it comes to flashing back and forwards in time. I have never seen a movie that takes more license than this one in a 10-year flash forward, and the 2 leads look the exact same. They look the exact same. Alicia Witt and Donald Faison, who both are probably around 30 in the movie, maybe a little bit older, 10 years later at 40-something, look the exact same.
And 2 children later.
And 2 kids later, haven't aged a day, haven't gained a pound, nothing. Just look the exact same. Didn't even try in the makeup department. But lastly, go ahead, Alonzo, do you have something?
No. I'm just
Lastly, this is a big one. And I guess it could be a once in a lifetime. But we're to understand that his mom, Christina Millian, she has been trying to get these 2 kids together since she died. That is what I understand. Because she dies when he's a child, and he says, "I always feel like she's watching over me," and Alicia Witt's like, "Yes." And then after they kiss, at the end of this movie, you see her outside, and she goes, "Finally." How bad of an angel is she?
Mission accomplished.
She's been working from beyond the grave for 20 some odd years, just swing and a miss over and over again. Even with the supernatural on her side, she can't get these 2 crazy kids together. She can't do it for 30 years. Come on, man. Are you serious? Try. Just once. Just try, please.
Her son likes show tunes. That's a degree
right.
of difficulty
Yeah.
of like 15.
Yeah.
You know how tough it is to get
hard
someone
out
to
there.
like you when you like show tunes?
That's right.
It's tough. Toyland's my favorite song.
She keeps going up to God like, "Are you done yet?" He likes show tunes. I don't know what to tell you. That's on you.
I created those purposely not to be enjoyed.
That's right. Yeah.
I need another extension.
That's right.
It's time for Once in a Lifetime, the part of the show. We wonder what could have been. Maybe happened to give some clarity to the questions that we still have. Alonzo.
Okay, this is a thing that makes me insane in movies like this and The Family Man and whatever that terrible Family Man knockoff that you guys reviewed with Lacey Chabert, which is when somebody sees the alternate version and the alternate version children that they're supposed to be having and don't have, and then go back, get taken back to one and have to reconnect with old boyfriend and stuff. Is the whole time is she thinking, okay, I have to get pregnant at this time and then space it out to this one so that I get these two exact same children?
Yeah.
Does she think it's a luck of the draw? I mean, like how much predestination is too much?
Yeah.
I guess is my question. When you know what's supposed to be happening or what's gonna happen if you hook up with college sweetheart.
If you look the same 10 years later, then you can have the same kids.
Sure, why not? And then the other question is, okay, like she leaves behind her high-powered role as a producer director of low-budget Christmas movies to do what? Because he runs a snow globe restoration business.
That's mine.
And
What's her job now? That's mine.
What do they do?
Yes.
How do they keep that house? How do they feed their children? What's, I hate to drag this into the world of practicality, but who's doing what? And is she finding it remotely as fulfilling as obviously she loved making terrible Christmas movies?
That's right. She's a big fan. I don't know what she's going to do with her life now that she lives at Norman Bates' house.
Maybe she has a podcast where they talk about Christmas.
Yeah, who knows?
Dare to dream.
And wrote a book.
That's right.
Oh, no, that's unrealistic.
Became New York Times bestsellers. Bought a jet. Couldn't afford fuel. Like, live the dream.
It's all there.
I just want to explore the world where this is a Snow Globe sequel, where Christina Millian obviously has been trying to get her son and Alicia Witt together, and she finally comes up with this idea based off of something that happened to her, which is if you send them to a snow globe, they'll be able to figure this thing out.
Maybe it's like The Ring, where she has to then send somebody else into the snow globe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe the original Snow Globe 2007. Maybe it didn't happen in 2007. Maybe it happened a long time ago.
Well, what's crazy is that for her to be in both of these movies just throws you for a loop.
It
because
does.
Everything else about them is very different.
Why would she do that? Why are you doing that
like,
to us?
She has different hair in this movie. It's a totally different character.
That's right. It's hard to piece the Snow Globe-averse together, but I'm willing to try if you are. I'll say that.
Did she not realize, until she got on set? Like,
she probably was like, nobody remembers these movies. It's not like a podcast is ever going to review them. Whatever.
It's going to be rerun every year ad infinitum.
Oh. I mean, in 06, that's like before the iPhone.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cared.
No one cares. All right, we did it, everybody. Congratulations, Alonzo.
Ooh.
The week is here. Countdown to Christmas is coming up. Any words of wisdom to get people ready to dive into all of these made-for-TV Christmas movies?
Yeah, look, pace yourself, stay hydrated, load up that DVR, or clear out that DVR rather, if you need to make space for it, whether it's a physical or a digital one, and by all means, snag a copy of I'll Be Home for Christmas movies.
That's going to make it complete. That's going to complete the circle for you if you get one of those books, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
And I just want to, you know what? If you fall behind, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't give up. Just get back on the horse, and then the week after Christmas or something, you can catch up.
I can tell you what will put you in the spirit, though, and this has become a tradition across the country for the Hallmark fans. The marathon on Saturday. Go ahead and start doing your decorations.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do
yes.
it. Get your tree out. Decorate the tree. Have us on in the background. It will be a fun time. We'll make sure of it, and we'll try to keep each other sane. And then you can have a full 2 months of Christmas instead of one. That's my big learn from this whole podcast. Is I used to not, I still don't put my tree up until the day after Thanksgiving because I'm here doing the marathon. But having that as a tradition, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool way to kick off the season. So there you go.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
And if you want to hear me and all three of the guys talk about the best and worst of the whole season, get on to Bramble Jam Plus because that's an exclusive episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And you won't be, in prior years, we've had our top 5 public. It's not public anymore. It's going to be all behind the old Bramble Jam Plus. So if you want to stay up to date on that and get that final episode.
Some people upset about that.
I don't know what to tell you. We were barely updating it anyways.
Yeah, we weren't. That's
so
true.
I don't know what to tell you.
I released mine on Twitter, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how. Well, I'll talk to the board.
Your Twitter followers are going to get mad.
That's right. I'll talk to the board.
You don't want to make the grumpy Dan stance.
It'll be a board decision.
Right. We did, everybody. Congratulations. We will see you tomorrow with our last little bit of fall. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.